Hey, how's it going, guys and gals? Tomas here with Boss Financial. I hope everyone's day is going great. You're keeping well. Thanks for tuning into another video. Today, this marks my 20th video to date, and we're approaching 100 subscribers now, so that's really exciting for me. It has been a process, but we're getting there. You know, we're going steady, and today I got an educational video for you guys. I'm hoping that you'll take away some important information with this video and have a better understanding of what we call net worth, okay? But on top of that, more importantly, the goal of this video is to get you to get a view or a snapshot of your current financial position. And then you can use this snapshot to help you plan your future and kind of guide you there while monitoring the process. So just like the title of the video here, okay, net worth, what exactly is it, okay? What does it mean for you? Is yours considered a high net worth? Maybe you have a low net worth, okay? We're gonna talk about all those things. So let's just cut the chit chat and we'll jump right into it here. Guys, all that I ask is that if you do like this video, if it gives you valuable information or it impacts you in any way, just give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow my channel right now, and I do really appreciate that, so I can just reach more people like yourselves. Net worth is not something that's complicated, okay? Don't click away. This is really easy. You're gonna be able to follow along with me here. You probably heard of celebrities or millionaires who have very high net worths, okay? And you might strive to achieve something like that during your lifetime. While most people understand the worth part correctly, okay, they often neglect the word net. That's the second half. Now, what this means is because your net worth is an equation, and that's the sum of all your assets minus the sum of all your liabilities. That's all it is. For example, when someone says they have only $100 to their name, okay, and you take that literally, one might think that their net worth is that $100 that they have, okay? But that would be wrong, guys. Totally wrong, because this valuation, it's not going to include any liabilities that they have on top of their cash. So, okay, for starters, when we say assets minus liabilities equals your net worth, we should probably have a solid understanding of what each of these things are, right? So what assets are, real assets, are anything you own, property, stuff like that, that is liquidatable, okay? That means that you can sell them without any problems and that these assets have monetary value, okay? What this means is that other people out there see value or worth in these assets. Assets can include things like retirement accounts, okay? All your money and investments in there, other investments, precious metals, housing and real estate, okay? And even vehicles. Now, as the value of these things are prone to increasing and even decreasing, guys, when you talk about investments, real estate, and even automobiles, vehicles, only the market value of each of these things is going to be used to calculate the worth at any given time. So we're all familiar with cars. If you bought a car for $30,000, 2 years later, don't expect that the value of that car is going to be $30,000, okay? It's probably going to be nowhere close. So this helps explain the market value of things. Now, these are the main recognized assets, okay? Let's call them that. So if you were, for example, to go to a bank and apply for a loan, while filling out your application, okay, a lender is definitely not going to be asking you about your iPhone, okay, your Gucci belt, or your push lawnmower, okay? These don't count as assets, and they're just not interested in these things. Now, don't get me wrong. Plenty of people have other things with significant value, okay? This could be like art, antiques, jewelry to some degree. Everyone's situation is different, but most people do not include these things in their net worth. Now, it's also important to keep in mind, okay, intangible things. So this is something that doesn't have a monetary value attached to it. So like your degree, for example, these don't matter either. And that's important to realize, because even if they contributed to your current financial status, it doesn't matter, okay? So shout out fellow graduates. Now, liabilities, on the other hand, okay, these are any financial obligations you have that essentially they're tying up your income or they're depleting your resources, essentially. These are mainly your debts, okay? So you have secured debt, that's one kind. These are like your mortgages, your home equity lines of credit, even your auto loans. And then you have unsecured debt. So this is like if you have credit cards, your consumer debt, your personal loans, things like that. But they can also not be limited to that, but they can include things like your utilities, property taxes, internet bills. Essentially anything that is taking money from your pocket is a liability. When it comes to net worth, the number could be positive, but it can also be negative, okay? It's common to see that. Individuals can have a net worth, but on top of this, guys, companies, you know, your businesses, governments, and even entire countries can have a net worth, okay? The principle is pretty much the same. If a person has a negative net worth and they're having a hard time paying for their debts, okay, that's pretty common. Canada, America, wherever you look, whether many things. It could be a medical emergency that set you back. Maybe you're facing unemployment, overextended credit. Maybe you're having marital problems. Then you can go and you can file for bankruptcy. Okay, it's a scary word. We've all heard it before. But what bankruptcy is it's an action that limits what people could take back. Basically, when this happens either voluntarily or by a court order, okay, that could be brought by creditors, what happens is all of your assets are liquidated or sold, okay, and then all that money from the proceeds is then split up and used to partly pay back creditors. Now that's what we call a straight or a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, okay? And this is bad because it's gonna stay on your credit report for 7 years here, and that's in Ontario, Canada, where I'm at, and I think in the United States, it's about 7 to 10 years there. Now, I don't want to get too into bankruptcy, okay? Maybe I'll do that for another video, but just keep in mind, it's never good, okay? It's usually not the best option because, for example, let's say you own a family home, you can easily lose that when you file for bankruptcy, okay? So no one wants that. And on top of this, your credit is going to be tarnished, removing the chance that you're going to get any lending or mortgages in the future, loans, at least for about 2 years anyways. But even then, your rates probably wouldn't be good. So just try never to have to file for bankruptcy. So let's do an example here. Let's say you're 25, you have nothing, but you got $10,000 in savings, okay? You got something to your name there. But then also on top of this, you have $1,000 on your credit card balance. And then you have a student loan that's currently at $20,000. And on top of this, you also have a single paperclip. So what's your net worth? If you said negative $11,000, then you're right, okay? This is because the credit card and the student loan in this case are both liabilities. So those are subtracted from the cash in the bank to then give a negative value. Now, let's say you're 50 years old with a completely different situation, okay? You have, in this case, a retirement account, okay, RSP, with $50,000 sitting in there. And then you also have stocks and mutual funds, okay? These total $50,000. And then you have a house, okay? And that's a market value of $250,000 right now. On top of this, you have a Ford Mustang with a market value of $30,000, and then you have $20,000 in the bank. So things are looking pretty good so far, okay? You're pretty well off, but let's not forget on the other end, you have a mortgage left owing on your house, okay? And that's $150,000 you still owe back. And then you have an auto loan for that Mustang. So you have $10,000 remaining there. And then also you still have $1,000 in credit card debt. So what's your net worth now? The answer is $239,000. So if you haven't noticed yet, it's definitely easy to assume someone's net worth, or at least their net worth range, just judging by things like, you know, the house they live in, the car they drive in, etc. But you really need to know their liabilities, what they owe, to understand the full picture here. A lot of people live inflated lifestyles, okay? What do I mean by this? This means that they aren't financially sustainable in what they do, and they end up just deceiving themselves and running into problems, okay? Because they choose to just ignore the numbers. Now, I'll tell you, numbers are factual, okay? Numbers do not lie. And this is why it's not wise to gauge your financial health, okay, by your job income, because not all of this income that you're taking home in your paycheck, whatever, is put towards things of value that are going to then in turn increase your net worth, such as real estate and investments. Hey, I've seen people that make more than triple what I make right now, and at the end of the day, I can guarantee you, unfortunately for them, that they're in a worse place financially than me. This all stems from poor money management as well as personal finance habits, okay? It doesn't matter how much you make, it really, truthfully, all comes down to how much you spend, okay? And more importantly, how much you manage to then save and invest. I've said it time and time again, guys, and I'll never stop saying it. I'll shout it from the rooftops, okay? It's very important for 3 things. You need to pay yourself first, okay? Pay those you need to second. And then thirdly, this is when you pay for your wants, not the other way around. So not the other way around as in, let's call her Becky, okay? In this situation, this example, she has to drive around in her nice Escalade, okay? But she's now behind on those loan payments and on risk of defaulting on that loan also. She also has her mortgage, which she's delinquent on those payments as well, okay? So then she goes around to her local payday loan centers like Cash for You or Money Mart, whatever, and she gets a little advance there, but then come payday, these are just bouncing from her bank account anyways. Now this is just the top of the list, okay, but you can best believe she has her Starbucks every day, she's fully stocked up on clothes because she online shops every day, and she drives around in that fancy Cadillac. It's a shame, and it's really your net worth, your credit score, and ultimately your future self that's going to suffer from this type of behavior, okay? Your net worth, unlike your income, is going to keep you in check. It's going to make sure that you're steadily contributing to make your net worth grow, enough so that you're going to be satisfied come the time you choose to retire. If you're wondering about me, I have no problem being transparent and letting you guys, my viewers know how things are currently going for me. Now, in the end, I have no regrets, but I'm definitely feeling the pain of tuition, okay? I graduated university 2 years ago, and my schooling myself put me just under $50,000 in debt. That's Canadian. And then I have things on top of this right now, like an auto loan. When I graduated, I needed a new car to get to work. So that technically right now puts me at a negative net worth. Surprise, surprise, right? And to be honest, that's perfectly okay, guys, all right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's actually really common to have a negative net worth, so don't let that get you down. If you were to study most people in your community, okay, a lot of people age 18 to maybe 30, they might tend to have a negative net worth as they are either new to their career, still figuring things out, or they're in school, okay? Both cases, they racked up or they're racking up student debt, which seems to be becoming the new normal, okay, and at a higher price every year. What matters is that you're aware of the fact, you understand that you might have a negative net worth, so you can see where you're at, and then you can make the steps needed to try and improve your situation over time. I'm really proud of the progress I've made in the past 2 years, and I know by this time next year, I should probably have a positive net worth, which will make me even happier. Now, if you were raised to be polite, okay, then you're probably taught to never talk with someone about two things, and that is age and money. But if you're comfortable, since this is an open place for discussion, I would love to know how you right now watching my video are doing. Like seriously, have you calculated your net worth recently? If you haven't, I strongly recommend that you do. And if you have, what is it? Have you been working at it? Is there anything that you're proud of, maybe not proud of? How old are you? If you had to pay off all your debt today, how much money are you gonna have left, okay? Let me know in the comments section down below. I'm really curious to read what you guys might have to say. It takes time, okay? Often even a lifetime of working, saving, investing, all that stuff to achieve a high net worth. I would recommend the practice of trying to calculate your net worth at least once a year, twice a year even, to monitor your progress and make adjustments. Obviously, you're gonna benefit if you do it more than that, but these should be the bare minimums. And remember the simple formula, okay? It's assets minus liabilities. It's the same as a balance sheet. If you're familiar with that, okay, your equity, that is your net worth. So we're going to take a little pivot here. Often net worth of highly paid CEOs like Jeff Bezos, okay, the founder, the CEO of Amazon, this is in the form of stock options. Now, as of right now, at the time of this recording, okay, as CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos is almost worth $150 billion. That's right, billion with a B. So this man, he could essentially pay someone's $50,000 salary for 3 million years. Think about that. This man is totally unbelievably wealthy. Now, currently, Amazon in US dollars is worth about $1.2 trillion, okay? That is just insane, and the current stock price for one share is $2,500. Jeff Bezos, as of March, has 55.5 million shares, okay? This equates to about $135 billion Bezos owns just in stocks. And this is even after his ex-wife, Mackenzie Bezos, received almost 20 million shares from him last year after their messy divorce. If you haven't read about it, Google it. But he did retain 75% still. So obviously, this still makes Jeff Bezos the richest person in the whole wide world, okay? If you don't know that already. That's right, Jeff Bezos is even more wealthy than the likes of Bill Gates, okay? If you don't know, Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft, okay? His net worth right now, $110 billion. And he even gives away a lot of money, and in stock, he actually only currently owns 1% of Microsoft. Jeff Bezos is even more wealthy than the CEO of Louis Vuitton, okay? That luxury brand, I'm sure you've heard of it. Bernard Arnault, the chairman, CEO, he's worth about $100 billion. On top of this, we're also talking more wealthy than Mark Zuckerberg, okay? The creator of Facebook, he has an $85 billion net worth. And even Warren Buffett, okay? Worth about $75 billion. This is the original value investor, perhaps the most successful investor of all time, really. And he's promised to give over 99% of his fortune away. Now, Amazon, it's not slowing down either, okay? Especially with the sales increasing due to this pandemic of coronavirus, with online shopping as well as online streaming, cloud services, and delivery services. And even though Jeff has said that this is indeed the hardest times Amazon's ever faced as a company, they can't afford it, okay? And if anything, this would just be, to me, a small blip on their radar, as they're extremely profitable still, and their share prices have still been increasing regardless. Now, talking about charity, okay, Jeff Bezos has not signed the Giving Pledge created by Warren Buffett, like Bill Gates has. If you're not familiar, this is essentially a pledge that encourages billionaires to give at least half of their wealth to charitable donations. Now, although Bezos does make contributions to various charities and initiatives on his own, he still unsurprisingly has drawn criticism, okay, for simply just not doing enough. Now, do you guys think that this is warranted? Is this fair? Is this not fair? And let me know why or why not. The bottom line, though, is that Bezos does indeed donate billions of dollars every year, okay, which is more than you and I or anyone watching this video has ever donated. I'm not saying he couldn't do more, okay? Obviously, no one needs the amount of money that Bezos has, and essentially every dollar donated by him could change lives. But on the other hand, what's important is that you need to understand that net worth, often by these high net worth individuals, like CEOs, stuff like that, it's not just cash that's sitting rotting in their bank account, okay? It's actually often tied up in stock, okay, or equity of a company they founded. Now, that's not always the case, and I don't know about you, but myself, I would definitely want to be with my company in the long term, which would really then make me think hard and hesitate about selling any stock in my company unless I absolutely needed to, as this means I'm in the end giving up equity, okay, or I'm giving up control with those shares. Bezos, for example, right now already tries to sell about at least $1 billion of his Amazon stock a year, and this goes towards helping fund his space company, Blue Origin, okay, and this is also something else he cares about. I see nothing wrong with people trying to achieve their goals, grow their wealth and live the best life that they can in a free world. All I know, without getting too political, is that as a Canadian, I'm a firm believer in capitalism, okay? And I agree with the fact that everyone has the equal right to success that they worked hard for. Jeff started Amazon in his garage, okay, in 1994. That's 2 years before I even walked the earth or crawled the earth or whatever. But he started this as an online book selling company. And then look where it is now today, okay, guys? It definitely wasn't easy. And I would think twice about anyone who tries to say that that's easy for him or that he didn't earn it. I would do exactly what he's doing right now if I was in his shoes, okay? I'd be investing into the company while still putting my money to good use, philanthropically and charitably and into new ventures. There's a lot of green-eyed monsters out there, okay? What I'm saying is that many people tend to get jealous or they get angry at Bezos, and this is understandable, okay? He's the richest person ever. He could do anything he wants, basically, not literally, but he can do things that you never could. But I think what's most important is to realize that this is his money in the end, okay? And there's nothing you could do, nothing I can do to change that. Just like you would only do what you wanted to with your money, everyone is entitled to that same freedom, and that's what's awesome. Now, in addition to this, okay, most of the time, while it is important, it's obviously very important, money, it really isn't everything. And I know it sounds hypocritical, especially in respects to my channel, but I'm gonna repeat that again, okay? Money is not everything, guys. If you're not doing things with your life that make you laugh, that make you smile, that make your life more valuable and satisfying, okay? If you're not making good impacts on others, setting up your future, working hard for what you want, for what you believe in, and living your life in the now and just appreciating at its basic form what life is, then if you get money, it isn't going to change things, even if you obtained a large amount of it, because you're always going to be miserable. You're always going to be searching for purpose, which is going to result in you looking for excuses, okay? You're going to be looking for scapegoats and things to just be mad about. Let's face it. Money is supposed to enhance your life. It's not supposed to be your life. I'm sure everyone would love to die with a big fat net worth, as opposed to a small one, obviously. And if you do have a family, this is where it gets important, okay? So things like siblings, cousins, spouse, children, whatever you consider a family, it might be important to leave some part of your legacy to them, okay? So that's why it's crucial to start thinking about your net worth and see what it means to you personally. Obviously, net worth, it's going to be kind of subjective, okay? It's going to be relative to criteria like your family, your location, you know, where you're brought up, your career, opportunities you've encountered, your intelligence, things like that. But nothing is impossible, guys, okay? It's the truth. I know it, you know it. So when it comes to a vision and hard work, at the end game, it shouldn't be hard to obtain a high net worth as long as you've been diligent. While important to calculate and track and report in today's society, in the end, all net worth is, guys, is just a number. It's nothing more, it's just a number, just like your credit score, okay? It's something to take note of, make life adjustments for the good, hopefully not for the bad, and give you some form of closure. It's by no means a label or something we are defined by. Your life's value, okay, it can't be attached to a dollar sign, okay? We all know that there are much more important things that make us fulfilled and make us complete as individuals, but it is a process nonetheless, and something that you should learn to live with and enjoy on your journey to success. And if you are watching this video and you're interested, but you want something kind of more simple, I can email those interested a spreadsheet that's going to help you calculate your net worth. All you have to do is simply plug your numbers in. Just follow me at Boss Financial Channel on Instagram, or comment below, or even email me at bossfinancialchannel@gmail.com, and I'll be sure to get that right over to you. And that's it, guys. That's all I have. We're at the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. You're able to take some of what I had to say out of here and apply it to your life, and start looking at your own personal finances and see where you're sitting at and see where you want to go, okay? Because that's what this is all about. It's about monitoring yourself and reaching your goals. If you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button for me and smash that subscription button too, okay? Subscribe to your boy, Boss Financial Channel. Become part of the community here. If you know someone that might enjoy this content, share my videos with them too. Every view counts. If you have any questions, comments, leave those down below. Like always, I'll be sure to get back to you pronto. And yeah, that's it, guys. Like always, thank you for watching. Stay positive and see you next time.